extremely appreciate every single one of you for not just joining us earlier in the evening against Cavs Legion GC, but for the second game of tonight's doubleheader against DUX Infinitos. With me, I have, as always, NetsGC's general manager and head coach, OG King Kurt. One of the, I want to say, perks of being able to play for NetsGC, Kurt, is being able to operate your, just have your daily operations inside the Barclays Center. But one of the challenges that comes with that is having to align our season with whatever's happening with the Brooklyn Nets. And sometimes that means the games kind of clash.
No, without a doubt. A lot of people don't realize that when we're playing remote, there are times that we have games going on, but it's a Brooklyn Nets game going on, or it's a concert going on, and then later throughout the year, we have the New York Liberty games that'll be going on and stuff like that. So, uh, it's a thrill having our facility inside of there, but sometimes on game days, it gets really loud with us being located at Suite Level A, which is almost at the top. We catch every noise that you can think of from time to time, so it gets very challenging.
Yeah, and that's why you see Kurt not in his typical environment. And this is a pre-recorded pre-show, but we wanted to make sure that we got you guys the insight that you were looking for. Again, next up in this doubleheader is a pretty elite opponent. They have a precedent of being dominant in 3v3. They were the number 2 seed headed into bracket play in the Slam Open. Here in the Switch Open, at least before tonight's actions and festivities, they're undefeated. They beat Cavs Legion 3-2, and they also knocked out Magic Gaming in a sweep 3-0. Kurt, they went back, Beezus, made an appearance towards the, I want to say, second half of the Slam Open. They went back to start the Switch Open to their lineup of Killy, Hez, and Loki Godlike. What is it about this trio that makes them such a threatening team, and why have they been able to find consistent success in 3v3 dating back to even last year?
Yeah, I think Kelly, he's been one of those type players that if you pay a lot of attention to his personality, you forget how good he is at the game from time to time. So I think people tend to, they don't always give him his credit, but he's definitely been one of those type guards in 3v3 that he either takes what you give him, or he can be aggressive and 3 hunt and make a lot of plays for them. And especially if you date back to last year with Beezus being in the lineup, they were running that effective with the inside big in 3v3s, and he was very effective because he's giving them second, third, sometimes fourth chances to score the ball. So they look like a well connected group. Unfortunately, they didn't make it to live bracket play in DC. So you better believe that they're going to be coming with a vengeance, trying to get back there. I mean, you can only hold down a top seed for so long before you not qualify and drop. So I'm expecting all of them to come out and be ready to play. I mean, I think the pickup of low-key guy like definitely is huge for them. I think he affects the game on both sides, defense and offense. So we have to pay a lot of attention to him throughout the night. And like I said, Killy, I think is somebody that you don't want to, you want to make them work for stuff. You don't want to give them anything easy or anything like that. So that's going to be pretty much key for us tonight.
I know you've kind of touched on this a few times, both in pre-shows and post-shows, but the importance of, these playoff points. Even though everyone qualifies for bracket play, it's getting these playoff points, not just during the group play where, you get 10 points per win, but the large chunk of points that are awarded to the top teams in bracket play. It's a new format this year. What are your thoughts on it, and how does it kind of elevate the importance of every game?
No, I love it. I mean, I think we've used this term competitive for a long time, but the only way you make things competitive is everything has to mean something at some point. That means you really can't go into the games BSing. Like you really gotta try to. You're trying to rack up as many wins as you can throughout group play, and then of course the name of the game is you want to get your wins in bracket play early and qualify, and give yourself a chance to rack up more points in the live stage setting. So it's definitely going to be huge. I talked to the team yesterday about like it's been a lot of teams that start hot and they end cold. So
Mhm.
I hope that we're not satisfied. Like I hope that it's something still burning inside of us to want to make it back there, have a great run in this tournament, make it back there, rack up more points, and solidify ourselves before we even have to think about the steal at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that really is the beauty of pro sports, right? NetsGC coming off its most successful 3v3 run, but none of that really matters headed into the Switch Open. Um, Double headers. It is not something that teams have to kind of go through, multiple times every week. But it does present unique challenges and situations for the team. Talk a little bit about the setup that you have with the guys, and that the guys played Cavs Legion earlier tonight at 6:45. But what are they doing in between then and then this matchup against Dukes at 10:30?
Well, first of all, to speak on double headers, I can be a fan of it, but 6:45 and 10:30, that's almost like a 4 hour gap. Like I could do a 6:45 and a 8:45, but
Yeah.
4 hours, that's a little, it's a little wild. But hey, I know the league is doing the best that they can, but we definitely have to fix that if we're gonna use double headers throughout any type of group play setting. But uh,
100%.
to say the least, tonight we actually have a suite for the game for the guys to go watch the game. The Nets will be playing Orlando Magic, so after our first game, we'll pretty much be just relaxing in the suite, watching the game, um, and getting back. Of course, the actual suite is not too far from the facility, so just something to kind of reset, get ready. I mean, because like I said, almost 4 hours is a long time, and actually probably somewhere in the 3 hour range, just to say the least, because it'll take an hour or less to play our first series. But I just felt like that would be something good for everybody just to get out of there, refresh, reset, and just come back in and be ready to play a top opponent for a game of the week.
As someone who's a manager, a general manager, and a coach for the team, does it present any challenges to get the guys refocused with that lengthy break in between?
What I tell them every now and then is when you sit down in that seat, you're not doing it for free. Like every time you sit down in that seat, you not only are you getting paid to do it, but you getting an opportunity to add to that. So if that doesn't motivate you, I tell them you shouldn't even be in this room. Like
I
I
love it.
mean, so it's really nothing else to say after that. I mean, like I told them, we all have a responsibility. I have the maximum responsibility, but you're doing what you love. You get a chance to do it every day for 6 months, and you should take pride in sitting down in that seat because it could have been somebody else.
Mhm. Couldn't have said it any better. Kurt, to wrap up this pre-show, what's a key to tonight's victory, potential victory against Dukes Infinitos?
Like I said, you make Killy work. You don't want to let him get to going early. Um, Green's got to come out and be ready to play defense. Of course, the PG is not blessed with a lot of defense, but just instinctively, like just being ready to help, not giving up points from any other position outside of the guard. We feel like if we can do that, we have a higher chance of winning not only that series but most of our series. Taking care of the ball and basically scoring it. Like we talked as a unit, and like I told them, I tracked every possession throughout the week, and we're getting stops. Like
Mhm.
we're getting more than enough possessions that you need or really get in a 3v3 game. We just got to put teams away and basically just take what they give us. And we can live with the mindset that we'll turn around and play defense and get stopped. So Greens, be aggressive, take what the defense gives them, and just capitalize off our stops.
Well, guys, we're moments away from a best-of-5 series between your Nets gaming crew and, at the time of this recording, the undefeated DUX Infinitos. Don't go anywhere. We'll make sure as soon as the tip-off or opening check of Game 1 between the squads happen, we'll tune into the broadcast. Kurt, thank you again for joining us on this pre-show, man. We really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you.
That's so open so early. Why? That's too easy. Just not on the same page as you.
They get a steal there for DUX Infinitos. 3-0 start. Chance to make it more as they will slow some things down. Cross-court pass over to Hez. He fires away. No good for him, but it's low-key godlike with the rebound and the putback.
He has been 50. He has really been struggling shooting. As Harris said earlier, great player on the defensive end. On the offensive end, he has been a little 1,000. He has to start knocking down shots if he wants this team to be a powerhouse like they're expected to be in this mode.
5-2 in this one. And the other one, Magic Gaming, 19-16. Unguardable has his take over there. Here's the chance to close it out. That's in Game 5. This is just game number 1. And Magic Gaming do it. They beat Jazz Gaming.
You don't lose to a dunk, bro. You don't lose to a dunk. Y'all fought back with all that fight, all that life. You don't lose to a dunk.
Yeah, Unguardable finished with 19 points there in that one. So we talked about how good the guard play was in that. Try to follow it up with this one in our game of the week. Greens and Killy. The rookie Greens. And, of course, Killy in the league since season 3. Actually, which year did he go undrafted? He came in as a bench player, right? Since season 4?
3?
Season 3 to Gen G. Season 4 came in as the bench guy.
4. Yeah, 4.
Yep. And now look at it. Over here on DUX Infinitos. Team out of Mexico City. You might have seen Dukes out there over in Europe. As there you can see it, Magic Gaming in Game 5 fashion. Take it 3-2 over Jazz Gaming, 21-16. Also in the command center, we got Mavs Gaming and Pistons GT. That's also underway. DUX Infinitos, they're looking real good here in this one as Steez, good patience coming out there from the vet.
One team's hot, one team's not. Oh.
And they pass out a shot low key.
That's a great shot.
Oh. When you can shoot shots like that and green it, hey, my brother, I can only tip my hat. I can't even tell my defense nothing. If I'm NetsGC, I'm like, hey, that's just a bad month to shut your mouth. I got nothing for you.
He really pulls it with any like slither of space and greens consistently. Speaking of greens, he fades away, can't get it to go.
That's that limitless drifter. He probably has low take. It's greenable, but it's still a tough shot. Not a bad shot, just a tough shot.
Killy's got Steez on him. He'll pull it back up top. A lot of space to work with here for Killy as he flies down the lane now 15-6.
That's a tendency that I'm starting to really see people do. When they have like very low stamina, they'll try to get to a spot where they want to go to or one adrenaline. And you can kind of see that they have only one left, but people haven't picked up on those small things yet. It'd always be levels to knowing your opponent and knowing the game.
There you can see the matchup on the right side that's going down the command center right now. You got Mavs Gaming taking on the Slam Open Champs in the first ever 3v3 champs. Pistons GT currently 17-12 in favor of Mavs Gaming. But still, we're locked into the game of the week here on the left side as DUX Infinitos is really running away with this one and coming out strong.
Boys hooping. Told you, Nets just don't seem on the same page.
And this is
the whole series of proving wrong.
Yeah, but here's the scary part too with the Nets. If they do spiral out, things start going terrible. I don't know like which way that you go in terms of changing up the lineup.
You don't.
Yeah. So that's the tough part.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like. I just honestly, I just think it's a bad stretch. I mean, I think Duke. This is a tough game because like Dukes is playing really well, and Nets have been trending down. So like, if you're the Nets and you start this game off slow like you are, it's really tough mentally to get out of this. And like, especially if you're gonna lose this game one, you really have to lock in as a team and talk to each other and get refocused for game two. Because if not, like, it's gonna be ugly like this every game, right? Like one team's just super locked in, super dialed in on the same page, and the other teams miss, they're just everywhere. So, to JT's point earlier, like something about the Nets are just not on the same page, so they got to figure it out and figure it out quick.
See, I like if you do make a change. I'm not saying make a change. It's way too quick. I always.
And the dunk closes it out, 22-13. DUX Infinitos strike first, and they take game number one. But I'm with you. I picked NetsGC to win 3v3 overall. Once we get into the playoffs, I will always stick with them, and this has to be the best three. Slumps are a thing, but you got to find a way to try to adapt to what the other teams are bringing to you.
Yeah, give me, like I said, give me greens, going in shots. I'm cool with that lineup. If you're going to make a change. I am cool with that lineup.
Well, one team that isn't going to make a change is DUX Infinitos, especially at the guard position, because our man Killy has been killing it. We caught up with him to go over the switch open.
Going into the switch, I think we just got to get like more trust with each other. I think we have like as much skill as like is needed. We have a really good group of guys, and I think we're like really good like 1 through 3. So it's like it's not really a skill thing in my opinion. I think it's just like execution. Like we have to hit our shots. Like it doesn't matter how good you are if you're missing your shots.
All right, what's up, everyone? This is NetsGC Live. My name is Christian Charisma. You're tuning into the official hangout spot of all fans of NetsGC. Man, you like me listening to this broadcast.
I feel like this is the Dukes team we expected to see in person. Hopefully we get to see them in DC next time.
See, I have to treat them like I'm treating the Bucks. I have to be fair. I have to be 10 toes. I have to keep it a buck.
Bucks for all fans.
Two very good teams
of the crew. Team
Very
down
dominant,
1-0.
Look good.
You guys are
Look
just
great.
tuning in. We dropped our series earlier in the evening to Cavs Legion GC. Got swept, unfortunately. The guys are the subject of the game of the week, the first one in the Switch Open.
What they're doing right now,
and we're already off to a slow start, but we've got another shot to kind of even the series here. And man,
if they are who we
you guys heard the broadcast, right? Like talking about lineup changes, the team in a downward spiral. And I mean, statistically, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a slump, but
we got to see a massive.
I think we forget, and I know pro sports, pro competitions, it's very much a what have you done for me lately kind of job. But it wasn't too long ago when NetsGC had lost 2 in a row, 2 in the same night, 1-2 Lakers Gaming, and then we got swept by Pacers Gaming. And it was gloom and doom to the commentary team at that point. And what did we do afterwards? We reeled off 6 wins in a row on our way to championship Saturday. So, I mean, it's part of the process. It's just ups and downs. Obviously, this one is a little bit more magnified since, we've been in the spotlight
Oh, they were trying
particularly ever since that game-winning shot against T-Wolves Gaming.
Like, I was watching that game, and it was what,
headed into championship Saturday, but still, I mean,
and Bag Motion missed a wide open.
Can't give up on the squad.
Like, he smoked it.
At this
he
point.
smoked it. He hits that Mavs game and would have blown another crazy lead for the third time. That's what it's called, because no other team has done it more than once. Right now, that's called the Mavs game.
By the way, Ant,
what's up, everyone in the chat?
3 of
Queen,
10 from 3,
Fail,
no assists. So
Mello, what's up, man?
for Ant, but yeah, he's had
Jen,
some weird fit. Oh,
Little suspects.
He's airball.
Hey, that's the worst miss. I'm sorry. That's the worst one. That is worst miss of the year.
Okay, these
Air
jerseys
ball
though.
out the corner
Whenever we play Dukes,
is
it always
Crazy.
catches me off guard. We were in the black jerseys game 1.
Bro,
No, we were in the white game 1. Now we're in the black.
Watch them still find
This
a way
way.
to win.
fully went from the corner.
There you go, that's
I've
big.
seen that before. He missed everything.
It
Man,
was like
thank you guys for
ball
tuning into the
slip,
stream.
bro.
I mean,
Out the corner.
obviously there's the main
Worst
broadcast,
miss of the year.
and this
That's
is something we're still trying to kind of
What do you think
grow
when
and
you go back
evolve
watch
and
film and, like, when
add
somebody
new
airballs,
features
you're,
and,
like,
and
laughing
a
at
panel and a
yourself.
guest. Try to make this as immersive as of
We're
an
us
experience
idiots.
as possible for fans of NetsGC. Good block at the rim. Bad bounce though.
Oh man, a tough one. And especially after we hyped up Loki Godlike and his crazy shooting, shoots one of those.
Yep.
I gotta
But
give a shout out to our guy D-Man Unit. out
yeah, no,
there
I
in the
appreciate
chat.
everyone in the stream right now.
Mavs
Thank you to
Gaming.
all the supporters of
Always posting
Nets
some fire
Gaming crew.
content, too.
Hopefully the
That's
guys can
really my guy.
reward us with a win
D-Man,
here.
I can't
We're off
watch
to a
it,
great
bro.
start.
I can't. I can only go off what y'all give me. And y'all
You
have
guys remember
given me
last year, whether it was
historically
5v5 or
low leads this
3v3,
year.
a lot of our
That's all.
success stemmed from that
SGC
stemmed from
bouncing
scout
back here in
defense.
game number 2, 9-4.
And we've had what, like 2-3 tips now in this game alone.
Green scoreless. Everybody else picking it up. I believe that was Steez with 6, and then Streets with the other 3. Killing out here on the right side. He'll just drive in. Down the baseline, cuts it to 3. As we just wait for Greens to start to get it going here in this one. Teammates adding into the scoring. See if he can try to take over. Screen hits. Hez still on the play, though. Greens walks it back. Doesn't take the shot. Passes out of it, and that's going to drift right by Streets, and it'll go over to Dukes.
That is a huge. See, that's what I mean by control the game. When you control the game, you know how much you're up. You know how to take what's there, take what's easy. Now they can potentially tie the game, and all the momentum they had was gone.
So much time to work with. Loki Godlike doesn't take it this time. Instead, goes straight on the inside.
Appreciate you, D-man. Appreciate you. I hate seeing any team fold. I am a fan of no teams, a fan of all teams. I just like good ball. And when I see bad ball, it hurts my heart because I used to be a player. So it hurts my heart more than most. Oh, look at that momentum, baby.
The miss dunk. As they go to Loki Godlike from the top of the arc for him. This time it's green. No, sir. It's a sir.
It's lagging here a little bit for me. Give me a second, guys.
Like, oh, they were just up 9-4. 9-4, that quick. Momentum's just gone. I'm telling you, controlling the game is a skill gap too, along with closing.
Show coming out there from the corner. That allowed Steez to get back into the play for NetsGC. Chance to take the lead here for DUX Infinitos, though. Killy stop and go. Fading over here on the right side. Can't get it to drop.
Can't miss that.
Oh, yeah, the crab, too.
And good pass fake coming out there from Steez. So left Loki Godlike right behind him as they take the 2. NetsGC also take the lead. There you can see the bottom left. Got Killy of DUX Infinitos, and on the right, you got Greens from NetsGC. As Killy, another shot. Steez with the contest this time, though, and Loki Godlike with another offensive board. Catch and shoot shot for Killy. Vamos!
See, that's the kind of miscommunication that NetsGC have kind of been hampered with this week, right? You have 2 guys going down, nobody covers the shooter, easy offensive board, easy kick out. Like, those are the comms we're talking about where you see those consistent mistakes. You got to clean that stuff up.
Oh, we had that.
Oh, Green's going to be a deep midi. Can't get it to drop either.
Momentum, baby. Momentum. Keep going corner.
Killy with it. Godlike couldn't get over to that corner in time. 7 seconds to work with. Killy with it. Brings it back out. Not a lot of time. They force feed it down to Hez, and he just gets a reverse standing dunk.
That's big. That's a big possession for them. Like, they've been kind of like just taking what's there. Like, that's what I'm saying. I like how they're playing now. Like, they're not truly letting their up and down shooting woes. Okay,
wow.
Okay. Once I say that, it just gets real funky. Like, why? Y'all got all the momentum in the world. Once I start talking, now the brain cells start to just eliminate themselves. Like, come on, bro.
We go over to Steez, back to Greens, and down the streets.
Oh.
And hey! Godlike. Man's playing volleyball out there on the court.
That might be block of the year.
Nah, the saucy one's got to be the block of the year, right?
Oh yeah, the block and the dunk. That's good.
It literally made Ant's character model snap his arm back like this.
That's a jump shot though. Like, I don't know. That block was much more emphatic. But y'all right, that was a real booger he shot, and he got it tossed. But I don't know.
See, it shows how good things have been so far in 3 versus 3 that we're already talking can't decide on some plays of the year, blocks of the year. It's good.
Oh yeah, of course. It'd always be a debate, and those were just 2 great plays, 2 really big time plays.
Oh, Killy takes that one. Street's gonna get the contest with the lock badge.
Why? You need 2. Go dunk the ball. Why you want to walk back and be pretty? Why?
Well, Streets, instead of taking a 2, really wants a 3, and now he'll go inside and take the 2.
Hey, bro, I swear.
Give up the easier 2 for the harder 2? That was
like, bro, okay, first move, go dunk the ball. It's always
Killy
there
with
off the
10
first
points.
move.
This is crazy, man. Green, they're just 2 points, like down 2. Green's with nothing in terms of scoring in this game.
What do we always say, JT? The league.
What?
That was crazy.
Oh,
He missed it too. They do not deserve to score on that possession. That was an unnecessary shot. No badge. That's crazy.
Green's with it. Killy playing on the left side. Greens might have had the fade going over there towards the corner.
He did have it.
And Streets barrels his way down. And good defense from Killy.
See, and then when I start to question IQ, then y'all gonna say I'm tripping. Then y'all gonna say I'm being kind of mean. These are low IQ plays I'm watching. Get it together. Both teams right now. Get it together. Pull your shorts up, please. I'm begging.
Switch. They get to Godlike, back to Killy. 8 seconds now. Streets with this takeover. They just try to force feed down to Hez. Back over to Killy. Now low-key Godlike. He shoots the mid-range jumper. That's no good. Hez with the rebound. Will he go back up with it? Killy pulls up. Knocks it down. DUX Infinitos now take a 2-0 lead.
Dukes, they love a hard life. 19, it's a curse on it, but the curse not that strong. That game should have been over. Ugh.
JT is exasperated, and so are NetsGC, now down 2-0 here in the game of the week. DUX Infinitos feeling good and talks. I mean, you know, when you get into these kind of ruts as a pro, right, what the Nets are in right now, how do you get out of them? What are you saying to your guys to try to get the energy back in the room?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, honestly, like, I can't even lie to you. In this situation, it is very, very
That's a tough
hard.
one.
You have to lean on your leadership.
We're down now 2-0.
You got to lean on, like, your coach, right? Like,
hope everyone's doing well this evening.
And if you can't tonight, then you need to take like this weekend.
Like,
And,
I
take
feel
some
for,
time
I
to
mean,
yourself and everyone
I
come
feel
back
for the
in next
guys.
week
Can't
and have a
help
clear and a ready
see that look on
mindset,
Sean there, Sean's
obviously
face.
something's wrong. I don't know what it is. The communication seems off. They're making little mental mistakes, like things that they weren't doing. And they came off such a promising tournament in DC just last week. So a little concerning here. But like I said, if it doesn't happen tonight, then go into next week and just click the reset button.
Checking out some highlights.
Yeah, definitely. Those are some wise words from DUX. Obviously, there is some cause for pause, and
big 18-point performance, 8 of 10 from the field.
Definitely some issues that the team kind of needs to address to try and get out the slump, but at the same time, definitely not the end of the world.
I'll stick with Dukes.
Right now, the team is 1-2. If they were to hypothetically lose this matchup against Dukes, we'd follow the 1-3. We finished group play and Slam Open 6-3. So
you're the leader of the team. How do you get NetsGC out of the rut?
Well, listen to this.
Just simple, one game at a time. First off, you have to find out what the virus is. Like whatever problem they're having, whether it's on the court, off the court, find out what that is and get rid of it. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what's making them have this random trend downwards, but you have to find out where the real issue lies. Like, I've seen teams have bad days. They're having a bad week. Bad weeks are more than just, oh, it just wasn't our week plan. No, bad day, cool. Bad week, not cool.
Well, here we go. DUX Infinitos, can they close out our game of the week with a sweep as we close out the first week of the Switch Open?
2-0 after the dunk coming out there from Streets to get the offense going for NetsGC. As we'll see what Kelly has for us. Been playing phenomenal throughout the past 2 games. Let's see if it carries over here into game 3.
How was that open?
Oh, brother from another mother. Why is that open?
Like, that right there just shows me you're just not locked in. Because I don't know, like JT, that to me is like just ball watching or something. Like, you're just not locked in. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially when you have the faster player and you're just getting outran off ball.
If there's one person to drop off of that's not low-key godlike, it's his.
1,000%. But he didn't even drop off. He was just behind.
There you go.
Big shot.
One, we've gone from one series at a time to one game at a time. We are now in one possession at a time mode, ladies and gentlemen.
Drift out of bounds. Still have 19.
Yeah, I'm on board with you, Jen. They need to just shake it off and focus.
He had a step on Steez. He is supposed to run to that right corner. Him running in the middle made him have a chance that's still in that ball. Like, it's the small things, the intangibles that you can't teach that can make you good, great, elite, decent, or just downright garbage.
Only 2 seconds for Killy to make something happen. That's an open shot for Killy, and he shoots it late.
That was open, sure.
He said that's green.
It looked green, though.
But that was a foul line drive.
I don't know how that's open.
There you go.
Greens finds himself an open lane. I always look at the indicator below the feet to where I'm like, okay, if I see some red, they might get a little something. I saw all green. I'm like, oh, no, how did this happen? He got it with 3 seconds on the clock.
I only look at ball trajectory.
It's a good jump.
He just got a crazy jump. Oh,
we
not good enough. Wide open.
Like these random jumps that are just open, like wide open. No way that's wide open.
I agree. That's a crazy wide open.
3%. Wide open like the man's not there at all. Come on, brother. Come on.
Well, the last time that we saw a super jump to where we're like, that shouldn't have been a contest, was a heavy, and it was FT greening like a 78%. And a huge jump from Godlike flying onto the left corner. Talk about God jumps.
He is dropping down.
I think I know it's early, but we need to score here. All right. The reason why I say that is just that just with the way things are going right now,
coming out from NetsGC,
to start off so hot and then
lead.
to,
This is your game
you know, if
of
the Dukes were to hypothetically to score here and take the lead for the first time, that would not be good for the mental. So good possession there. Gives us a little bit of breathing room.
So far. Gets the switcher Greens, fades away here on the left side.
We'll take it.
Can't get it to drop.
Wait for Greens to come back for the board.
Greens coming out with it. And heads to jump.
There you go, got the switch.
Comes in. It's going to be from Godlike, and he might have had it there.
Okay, I like that. That's decisive from Greens.
He scored, but yeah, he definitely had that. He could have walked back like way earlier and easily got that 3, but him going so deep allowed them to make those rotations to make him think twice about shooting that 3 off that miss.
Nah.
And Killy from a step in from the hash. Greens that one.
Good shot by Kelly. All right, how do we respond, chat? 11-9, trying to force a game 4. That's a good move. Good deck, Sean. Need it.
That's going to be a 2 if it drops. Just the step inside. This is our game of the week. NetsGC are up. Let's jump into a listen.
That's a big stop. Oh, we need to hear this.
Hey, be careful on the I feel like that'd be a track. I'm going right to the corner, 2-2. Stop talking again. I got advantage. Keep going. Keep going. I mean, you don't go pay right there. Hit the bed. Give me. Oh, love it. Love it. I'm in this. Oh, yeah. Grab it. Good shit, Sean. I'm tired, bro. Don't shoot that. You're good. Next. Love it. Let's go. Come on. No, hey, no patient. No. So whatever you want to do on the shot, just tell me. Are you still fighting? Yeah, I'm gonna fight. Yeah, okay. Did the ISO stop the main phase? Go. When you fight through. Get more. That's fine. Fine. We got to keep scoring, but also know, like, they're going to probably play a little reckless. You on the ISO or? I'm going down. Oh, shit. You got the switch now. Okay, move on. You should need to be able to say there's a little bit more there, though. Yeah. On the screen.
Good communication coming out there from NetsGC Talks. That's exactly what you want to hear.
Honestly, I feel a lot better about the team.
I thought it was going to be pretty quiet, but
yeah, I agree with Talks. I feel a lot better about the team.
Everyone seems to be pretty cool, calm, and
after that listening.
Good communication out of the Nets.
I mean, that's just for those who you know
win it here in game
play
3
competitive 2K or
as Greens call it out
competitive anything gaming.
And we're here for
considering the slump that we're in right now, and that's as best as of a listening as you're gonna get.
I still haven't gotten used to it. I still feel bad for when power forwards and small forwards are down there trying to get
that's so funny.
Just get it right over them every time.
Yeah, it's tough. You play good defense, you just get dunked on.
That's dunk package in 2K history.
Hey, we've only seen that dunk, at least this year, stopped once, and it happened last night where it rimmed in and out. No, it's snatch block, right? Out of it?
Yeah, snatch block.
It's crazy. As Greens walks this one back, and that's for the ball game. Good way to bounce back. Still got to get 2 more in a row for NetsGC here to come back in reverse sweep fashion. As now we got ourselves a series 23-15, NetsGC taking.
That's huge.
Great response game. Way to fight. They seem like their comms were normal. They seem like they're trying to fight. That's what we kind of seen what we're used to. Now we gotta see if they can repeat that.
Let's jump over to Pistons, GT, and Mavs.
Let's do one quick break. We'll be right back.
Shoot the 3. Ooh, nice shot there. Series still tied 1-1.
And Pistons GT. You can head on over to the command center to catch the conclusion of game number 3. Mavs very close to closing that one out, as it'll be DUX Infinitos with the ball once more, and Killy will get him started.
Uh-oh. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Queen.
Nah, front fade there went crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
So locked in the game.
Bro,
I forgot to do the social ad drop.
I just want
But yes, please follow at Nets Gaming Crew. Not just on Twitter. If you're not a big Twitter person, we're on Instagram.
Streets back into play. Killy
Not a big Instagram person. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook.
Ooh. He reached late.
Greens will slow it down. Hez has the read completely all over it, with Greens going down.
We're trying to diversify the content across all platforms too.
Streets, driving down the baseline.
What are we doing here?
Back out to Steez. Thought about the shot, took it the second time, and it's slightly late. Allowed him to get back into place for the contest.
No. You're not going to pull it the first time. Please, I'm begging you, don't shoot it that time.
I like the energy, JGF. Reverse sweep, that's what we're all thinking, what we're all hoping for.
Duke's up 2-1 here in this. It's going to have to be another 2 in a row coming out here for Nets Gaming Crew to be able to pull off the win here in our game of the week. Greens with it. Over to Steez. And your eyes do not deceive you. Mavs Gaming now up 2-1, 23-16.
Good decisive move. Yeah, we try to diversify content across all the platforms.
So Mavs Gaming one game away from taking down the 3v3 champs.
That'd be a big game for them.
While maintaining some kind of similarity.
Momentum turner.
But like, for example, on TikTok, you'll see a lot more
we can be
like film session style content.
I mean, well, they should know that already. They're
okay, there's the miss.
Games, not compete.
It would really get you thinking of the series that they've played, the ones they've lost, how close.
There's that miss, right? We've had Steez on the show before, and he goes, you know,
they take this one.
Doesn't matter if you're an elite defensive squad, you're just gonna need to
they should have
rely on that one miss you weren't expecting, and maybe that's it for us.
The slam open bracket, and then they really should have beat Gloskitos too.
What do we say time after time again on this stream? We gotta take advantage
of
the stop and turn it into points.
They lost game 5.
Ouch.
NetsGC are up by 2.
Yummy.
You need anything right here.
Wait, what?
I hate this offense.
I told myself. Oh, that's a relay. I told myself at some point I would say that reference.
Fruit salad, yummy.
Yeah, you probably never seen the show.
Is that the Wiggles?
Yeah.
No, I'm not tripping.
D-Man just said what I'm thinking, except I didn't know that it was the Wiggles.
Oh, man. It's been in my head all day.
Why?
You know, I don't know. I always have like the most random tunes in my head. Like when y'all were talking about India's past with Mattress Firm, I was automatically thinking of the 773-202. I won't finish it, but yeah.
What is that?
It's a mattress company that was in Chicago.
That's how you know it's getting late in the night.
Holy
so many dunks today. He's missed so many dunks today.
It's that one-handed dunk package.
Yeah.
Man. That one now. Look at that. Don't see that miss.
No, that never misses.
We've actually seen that miss, like
hardly though.
Yeah, I wish I counted. I wish I counted, but yeah, no, that one-hand dunk, I've been talking about that for weeks. Stop doing it. I've been saying it for weeks. Please stop doing it, especially when you know a quick drop is the better dunk there. Like, if you're open, you want to flush it one hand, get a little cute with it, go ahead. But in traffic, like what is that? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, where's the resistance? Like, why is that so easy? Like muy fácil. Like, why is that so easy?
the one person on the floor that you just cannot leave open. It's the one that somebody, no matter what, if you're selling out, send 2 bodies to him and leave a corner shooter open. It should never be the guard getting that much space.
I like that. I like the people in the chat know what I said. I like that.
Hez trying to get in front there. Green successful this time with the dunk. 11-8 ball game. DUX Infinitos up.
So I just got a DM from a 2K League professional. That one-hand dunk is automatically equipped. So you can't take it off, but you can not pick a hand. You can push up on the stick, and that dunk's not coming. But I did not know that it was automatically equipped. That is good to know.
The more you know, because it's my super short show.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I don't know if you want me to say your name, 2K League Pro, so I don't want to put you out there.
Can I have a hint geographically where they're at, and then I'll play a little Name Your Pro?
See, the hint would be like so easy.
Oh. East or West Coast?
The hint would be recent teammate. That's the best I got for you. Not for me. Us. Recent teammate. Oh, what? Oh, y'all look so good. Y'all did. And now, y'all look good again.
They cut the lead to 3 with that dunk. DUX Infinitos trying to close it out here in our game of the week. As Killy advances, he's got his takeover. 11 of the 15 points for DUX Infinitos goes the way of that man. As a reach will be called there on C's, they still got 18 seconds to work with.
I don't know. No matter how hard NetsGC tries to really make this oh my, that's the nail in the coffin. The nail in the coffin. This has now become a uphill battle. To win this game for NetsGC will be muy difícil.
Gotta give Hez a lot of love here too. I mean, we haven't seen Greens pop off, do anything crazy like we typically see him do. He's finally back in that 3v3 defensive form that we had hoped when we saw him last year. And it still comes in on the inbounds. Killy's gonna load up the shot. Killy's gonna green the shot. What a play coming out there for DUX Infinitos. They don't play around. They close us out. They are back and they are looking strong.
They are looking dominant. They are picking it back up, but again, they're in that same boat as Bucks to me. Like, I get it. Don't trip on what's behind you, but I need to see what they will do come bracket play, because we all know they are one of our better teams, one of our powerhouses in this mode.
Well, 23-14, DUX Infinitos
all right.
back on top. They win the game.
Rough day for us.
To open up the switch.
Everyone,
what's
up?
Pistons GT and Mavs Gaming, our final.
I'm kind of like at a loss for words, but
Mavs Gaming trying to
I mean, again,
Slam Open champs.
just kind of locked in on the road ahead and what the guys need to do. I think what was the most heartbreaking thing for me
as well as
at the end of this match, and they showed the inside look at NetsGC's gaming studio. A lot of the times in their loss, you see
this is like
Sean
it kind of goes both ways.
You know, Greens,
if you're the Mavs,
really get up, walk around. Really, you know, they might take off their jersey right away, like you might see some of these other teams do. But all three of them just kind of
you're telling
still in their chairs, in their seats, just wondering what they need to do next.
Ridiculous, ludicrous.
I think the commentary team's being a little bit difficult on them, but I think it's just, I think it stems also from how successful we were in the slam, and so expectations have raised for the team.
Shooting, he's got all 18 points coming out here for the Pistons.
I don't think they'd be as difficult on us if we were like the bottom quarter of the league in the standings.
Little yank.
But I mean, this is a league just like any other pro league where the name of the game is to win. And tonight,
this year,
we didn't do that. We went 0 for 2.
Mavs Gaming is gonna pull. They're gonna.
So
pull
that
Mavs
drops
Gaming
our
onto
group
us
play record
before
to
the year's up.
1-3. Again, all
They have to.
teams,
It's like only
all pro
right in,
teams
like, the 2K
qualify
World
for
Cup things.
bracket
They
play.
have to do
So it's
what's
25
been done
teams,
today.
7 amateur teams
have
for a
to.
total of 32.
Yes, all 20.
These games, the 2 reasons why we're playing them: 1 for seeding, and 2 for playoff points.
What's the
So we've
career high
got
this
10
year?
of max 30 points that were available to us.
23?
I think we just got to lock
Not
in and then kind of
career
focus
high,
on the next
damn,
opponent.
season high.
Those were our
Out
last
of a
games
point
of week
guard?
1. So the guys will.
Out of anybody this
Well,
year.
Connor had what, 22 or whatever?
18. Nah, he had
I thought he
18.
had like 20 or 22.
He had 18.
Gonna try to
I
get
even
Kurt
talked to Connor in person. Like he was like,
in
Ant
here.
kind of heard
He just
you
sent
and
me a
said,
text.
It's
So
gotta be
1
like
second.
21 or 22, I would think. Out of a
Well, 'cause,
guard.
Yeah,
I
Rec-
mean, we know 22
Rec
is
had
definitely up
22.
there because Rec had 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I want to say maybe Kai from Heat Check Gaming had 23, but I don't know.
There we go.
But I know he wants 23.
Sent it off.
Bag
Oh, he
motion.
does
This will
it.
force that game 5, and there we have it.
All right, so Kurt will be joining us any second.
GT battle back. We'll see a game 5.
Usually I like to give him a little bit of time to decompress,
As Mavs Gaming
address the
battled this
team.
far, you're facing the best. You want
But
to try to close this one out.
they've been there for a
But
while,
this
right?
is
They've
kinda
been
when
at
you're
the
in a
gaming
little bit of
studio
trouble.
since well before their
All
first
right,
game.
23-15.
And,
Finish out this series in the
Yeah,
week.
we're hitting
On the other side.
11:30 now, so I know they're all trying to get home. But Kurt's on his way now. If you guys have any questions for Kurt, please leave them in the chat, and we'll get to it. We'll get to whatever you guys want to talk about. If you're new to the stream or you're just stumbling on it somehow on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, this is NetsGC
we really wanna
Live,
limit
where
that sort of
fans
thing,
of Nets
so
Gaming Crew
no.
get to watch the game together in its
Apple
entirety.
turnovers? Still no.
Unfortunately, the team drops both matchups tonight. It was our first doubleheader of the Switch Open. We go 0 for 2. Dropped the first one to Cavs Legion GC. Dropped the second one, which you just saw, to DUX Infinitos. Kurt's here now. I'm going to drag him into the lobby. Hey, Kurt, I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
All right. Hey, Kurt. Guys, again, this is OG King Kurt, NetGC's general manager and head coach. Appreciate you, Queen, for dropping Kurt's Twitter handle in there. Please do give him a follow. One of the more active coaches and general managers in the league on social. Kurt, what do you want to talk about, man?
Hey, tough night, tough week. You know, I always say that in this league, it's a week by week league. And this week definitely showed for us. We've had some good weeks. We had some great weeks, up until this point. But the league is going to test you. And this week we got tested and we didn't do that well. I mean, we are what I believe is one of the tougher groups in this tournament. And they're making us pay for all our mistakes. Offensive not looked sharp. We haven't capitalized off turnovers, missed a lot of open shots, just not making the right reads, not making the right plays. And it happens. Luckily for us, we get another week of group play to revive ourselves. And with the way that the structure of these tournaments are this year, not all is lost. You're losing points and opportunities to gain more points than what we already have. But a strong showing next week and then going into bracket play can, ultimately land us back in DC. And that's the number one goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, that is the ultimate goal. And again, it's you can kind of argue it's me just cherry picking, but we highlight Pistons GT and T-Wolves Gaming ending up in the finals for the Slam Open and not even being a top 10 seed. So a lot more games to play. I want to ask you, Kurt, like in a situation like this, what do the next few days look like for the team? Is it a little bit of time away from the game mixed in with some scrims? Like, how do you approach this?
No, definitely. I think we need a mental reset right now. I think they know how to play the game. At the end of the day, I mean, they are pro gamers, but they are human beings at the same time. And I felt like, just the way things have went this week, we're going to have a mental reset, come back in and prepare on Monday, as we always do. And, just hone in on everything, just clean up some things. Because really, at the end of the day, I mean, hats off to Cavs Legion and the first series and as well as Duke's Gaming. But, there's a lot of self-inflicted wounds. It's not anything difficult or that strategic that's stopping us from being successful other than us not making the right plays. So it's not anything to really lose it over. But I definitely think we just need a mental reset, get away from the game, unwind a little bit, and then, like I said, come back in on Monday, prepared to win some games next week.
For sure, and we get to go through the entire group for a second cycle. Now that the teams have gotten some gameplay and film under their belt, it should be interesting to see how both NetsGC and the rest of the group opponents react in week 2 of the Switch Open. Go into the chat, Kurt, if you don't mind. Just a few questions. We've got one from Jen, aka Lady Streets. She asks, what should be done differently knowing that you're going to be playing these same opponents again? And actually, on the 11th, we take on DUX Infinitos.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, I mean, we watch film, we study our opponents, but if you got to be ready when the lights come on. I mean, you got to be ready. This is more of a reactive mode where, you can watch other teams play. You can get familiar with the tendencies, but a lot of fluky things happen within the game or just in the game in general. You have to be ready to react at that moment. And if you're not, then, the good teams make you pay for it. I mean, I even said earlier that, it's a lot of tough teams in this group. And that even though some of them didn't successfully make it to DC, they still are a top, 5 seed in the league. So, and Duke's being one of them. So definitely, just you have to be ready when the lights come on. I mean, these guys are smart guys. They know how to play the game, but we just have to put it together for a complete game. We show flashes in multiple games in the series where we easily could have regained the edge and went up in the series, but unfortunately, we didn't capitalize off a lot of those opportunities, and they made us pay for it.
For sure. One more question, Kurt. This one from Mama Green's in the chat. Question reads, or it's more of a comment question hybrid, but we really need to reset back to March 8th. And March 8th is the beginning of the season. It was opening week of the Slam. What is the change, if there is a change in dynamics from that time to now? I know the guys have been playing nonstop since before the tournament up until tonight. And then I also kind of want to add to that, like, it is a long, grueling season. Like, in terms of like the energy for the team, how do you go about managing that? But again, with Mama Green's question, is there a change in dynamics that has to be handled?
No, I mean, if you watching the game, you can see that we're making A, B, C, D mistakes. Like, there's nothing complex about what's going wrong. I mean, you don't even have to be good at 2K to see like the simple mistakes that we're making. So. It's really just about cleaning up some things. I mean, like I said, it's on offense, it starts with making the right reads and being ready to take and make shots. I mean, as simple as that. And on defense, just, getting into our switches and changes a lot earlier and just being more instinctive on the defensive end. Like I said, there's only 3 people out there. So a lot of court to cover, but you got to be reactive. You got to be more instinctive. And just in general, being ready to make plays. And when we do that, we ultimately get the result that we're looking for. But when we don't, we end up with game series in a week like this.
Yeah, I mean, one little thing that I've been kind of adopting this week is that it is all part of the journey. If we end up, winning a 3v3 championship at the end of it, we'll look back on this week fairly fondly, I think, in terms of how crucial it was to the team's development and progress. Kurt, I think we'll wrap it up there. Jen, I appreciate you for teeing us up. The next game is going to be on Tuesday, April 11th. It's another double header, Kurt, this time against Magic Gaming and DUX Infinitos. The guys will get another chance, and that's the beauty of the 2K League and pro sports in general. You always get another chance up until the end of the season. And so we'll be squaring up with these two opponents one more time, looking for revenge. Kurt, any final thoughts before we let you go? I know we had said to the chat, it's been a long day, both mentally and actually in terms of like time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do understand that, it is part of the process. I mean, you're not going to win every game. You're not going to win every series. It's going to be a lot of highs, lows, and in between. It's just a matter of how you stay afloat. I've seen a lot throughout my tenure in this league, and you definitely can't hang your head even after days and weeks like this. You just have to refocus, come in with a better mindset, being ready to go, and watch better things happen. I mean, it's a long season, so I always say it's a long but short season, but definitely you're going to experience a lot of things that's going to test you, and how you handle the adversity of it is the most important.
100%. And Kurt, I want to thank you again for taking time with us for not just this pre-show, the pre-show and the post-show. The one thing I admire about you, and is something that I want to keep working on as well, is you're down for this, win or loss, because you've been here before. It's an up and down roller coaster ride, and it's good to stay even keel. But I really appreciate you, and so does everyone in the chat for doing this post show, even after else.
No doubt. And thanks, Jenny, for the questions. Thanks, Mama Greens, for the concerns. But trust, we're gonna get it together, and we'll get back on track. And this is just be another memory, and like you mentioned, part of the journey at the end of the day.
I love it. I guess that ends our journey here for tonight. 2 matches. Unfortunately, we came on the wrong side of the outcome for both. But thank you to all of our followers. Thank you to everyone who was in the chat for both streams. Yes, we came out on the short end tonight, but we are back in action again, as Jen had mentioned, on the 11th of April. So we get a couple days to kind of look for that R&R. And if you do celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Have a safe, long weekend. Try and relax. Let's forget about this. Let's move on to week 2 of the Switch Open. Man, another NBA 2K League season is amongst us. So this is all part of the fun. Kurt, thank you to the guys again. Good games. We'll load in next week. Again, everyone have a good weekend. This was NetsGC Live. See you then, and thanks for watching.